Desperate trade negotiations are underway to secure dwindling supplies of a fuel additive critical to the trucking industry. Australia might only have enough AdBlue to last a few weeks, which will force some trucks off the road.
It's the crisis you probably had no idea even existed, a desperate shortage of AdBlue, an essential fuel additive for around half of Australia's trucking fleet.
If AdBlue isn't available, then you're going to see those trucks parked up.
Found in more modern vehicles, AdBlue reduces the amount of harmful pollutants emitted by diesel-powered engines. Disengaging the system is illegal and punishable with hefty fines. To make it requires a high grade of a compound called urea, and most of the supply we need comes from China, which has halted exports.
None of the major suppliers in the business is bringing any product in. There's no stock in Australia.
Lee Smart makes chemicals for a living, among them enough AdBlue for his own small fleet.
If you've got 4 or 5 trucks, you're just going into service stations and filling up at times. So when AdBlue gets short, you've got no purchasing power.
And that's already evident, signs warning that prices have risen 500% in a week, with limits on purchases.
One of our Road Freight's members the other day phoned up and he was virtually in tears and he said, "Can you help me out? I'm about to park up my trucks." I gave him 60 litres of AdBlue.
But it goes way beyond individual freight businesses. No trucks, no deliveries.
Food on shelves, the chemicals that go into our water to make it drinkable, the PPE and medicines in hospitals.
Now, it's not just trucks that use AdBlue. A number of diesel passenger cars and four-wheel drives also use it, and in those vehicles, a litre generally lasts a few months. Fine if you've just filled up, not so much if you're running out. The government says it's taking the crisis seriously, having already done a deal with Indonesia, while also talking to a number of other countries.
What we've got to do is make sure that we can access the urea that we need, both from international markets, and also look to see what we can do around domestic production.
Eddie Meyer, 9 News.